Midnight Tales. That's the last time we ask Coffin to bring the wine. The Midnight Philosopher and Arachne in Amnesia. The Midnight Philosopher. Oh, this is where he lives? Oh, Charlie. You remember him, Arachne? We used to go fishing on his boat when you were hardly bigger than the bait.
Oh, I recall Charlie, Uncle. I remember how nice he was, but I also recall how much he loved to be alone. Why would he ask us to visit him after all this time?
Amnesia. I don't know, dear, but he sounded very distressed. Arachne! Cyrus! I'm so glad you are able to come. I need help very badly, and I didn't know who to turn to. If you didn't live by yourself all the time, you'd have more friends.
Are these your friends, Charlie? Hello, I'm called Amnesia. At least, that's what Charlie calls me. Ooh, poor old Charlie does all right for himself, doesn't he?
You taught me that word, Cyrus. Amnesia, a loss of memory. And that is what Amnesia suffers from. I found her caught on the rocks just after a fierce tempest. No craft, no name, no history.
Charlie took care of me. He said you could help. Can you?
Do come in. Well, you might start by looking at this map. See if anything looks familiar.
That place right there seems to mean something to me. I don't know what. There, but that's just a spot in the water near Scotland.
No, it's more than that. There's a strange tale connected with that area. Kilgore was a tiny island located not far from the Scottish coastline. The major livelihood of its inhabitants was fishing, but despite the competence of its fishermen, the catch was usually poor, barely keeping the village alive. Therefore, when a stream of icy water woke a hibernating deep-sea denizen, there just wasn't enough fish to feed Kilgore and the Kilgore Monster. Sean Campbell's ruggedly handsome features were sagging, but not with the burden of natural aging. Instead, it was from the premature aging of fear. A simple fisherman who lived off the forces of nature was now in danger of being crushed by those forces. Laura, a mug of ale, and ye company.
Hi, Sean.
Laura Neff had come to the island as a little girl and had fallen in love with it and Sean almost at the same time.
Are ye going after the monster? I wish she wouldn't. Let it feed, and then let it go back to sleep.
I can't do that. It may never get its belly full and go back to sleepin'. No reason for worryin', darlin'. My boat is fitted with an explodin' harpoon. Of course, I've only got one, but that should be enough.
I suppose ye will kill it all right, but I recall hearing a story once from an old man who predicted the monster's coming. He said, "The monster will bring misery each time it wakes, but the village will be doomed if ever it be slain."
Bah, nonsense. Forget the riddle and come see me off. Go ahead, Laura. Ye may never see him again. Oh, thanks for the kind words, McGregor.
Be careful, Sean.
I will, and when I return, we'll be wed, as we'd planned. Dusk. The ocean waters doused the light of day as the fleet of boats went stalking the night monster. No longer were they fishermen. They were hunters. They expected casualties, but they dared not guess at how many. After a short while,
"There's the buoy, Captain. The monster sent the rover to Davy Jones just half a league north of there."
"Be on the lookout, men. We're getting close."
"This is the spot, Captain."
"All right, Jim. Signal the other boats." The boats formed a wide circle, and a large catch of fish was dumped in the center to attract the sea beast. It pains me to waste so much good fish, but we must ascertain the area of the monster's rise to the surface. Do ye see anything, Jim?
"No, sir. The nets are keeping the fish from straying, but that shouldn't shut out the monster."
I'm beginning to believe that there is no.
"Captain, look! Bubbles! The monster is coming!"
Ripping the nets asunder, the legendary beast thrusted itself to reality. Harpoons! Get the harpoons! Ready on the harpoons? Ready? Ready? Now! All hits! Hold its head steady so I can fire the exploding spear at it. But one captain was too anxious to see the monster dead and made a fatal mistake. The wounding blast turned the beast's confusion into fury.
"It's coming this way! Save us! Save us!"
No! Ah, the fool. In a moment, I could have killed it. Now that the thing is injured, it won't stay still.
"The whole crew went down, sir."
All through the night, they held on. Several times, the deep-sea denizen plunged into the water, threatening to take the boats with it, but it always returned.
"It's surfacing again, sir."
Prepare the harpoon.
"The dawn. We don't need lights anymore, and look how close we are to Kilgore."
We're too close. I'm going to fire the harpoon now. If I miss, we're all dead. Despite fatigue, Sean's aim was true.
"It's dead, Captain. Ye did it. Ye have slain the monster."
Aye, but still it struggles. Beasts are often ignorant of their own death and thrash about for a bit until they succumb to their end.
Sir, I must be overcome by the battle, for I would swear that I saw the island move."
By all the seas and heavens, I see it too. In one last death throw, the monster leapt from the sea, exposing to the horrified crewmen the enormity of its size, for upon its back it carried the ground, the trees, the stones, the houses, and the people of Kilgore. And when the host sunk to its grave, it brought its parasites with it. Only a handful lived. Laura, thank God ye were spared. The survivors of Kilgore never speak of their island, nor will you find it marked on a chart. 1 century later, it was so totally forgotten that it was as if it had never existed.